two out.
Yeah.
And I just kind of move him and like go forward, come back, and make sure he's listening, and then we'll send him on out.
Yeah.
They've all done good.
That was Chloe, my trainer. Great rider, great trainer of horses, but also great coach for people, and that's a key piece here, especially if you're someone who's relatively new to riding horses,
Okay, awesome.
and certainly new to eventing. So that gives us a feel for what it's like in the practice arena, and then you got 2 minutes, and your nerves are a little bit all over the place, maybe a lot of anxiousness to get going, and as most, I think, people who do eventing would say, I mean, cross country is the reason they're doing it. The dressage,
1, 2,
is
4.
fine. I'm certainly learning a lot. It's the one I am the most nervous about, and the one that we do the worst at. And then show jumping is pretty great, and we're getting better and better. Dropped one rail this time, and as opposed to a rail and a refusal at the actual tournament. This is a schooling, not an actual eventing horse trial. And so, although we get all the scores, it doesn't count in the grand scheme of things. But it felt exactly like the event 3 weeks before. And we improved on our show jumping. We lost a point in dressage, but I felt like it was we did better here than we did 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting, doing a few circles, and getting ready. And I'm trying to keep Nasha's mind on me, and he's doing a good job. 3 weeks before, his ears were just forward. Right here, they come back just before we start, and that's a great sign. And throughout this cross-country run, the mile or less than a mile that it was, he continued to listen. He got a little fast here and there, but he continued to listen. The first jump is pretty much the same as the one 3 weeks before. Second and third and fourth are the exact same. That's when the course starts to deviate a little bit, and as we come through here, this is where he can get a little fast because it's on the downhill, and especially in this wide open space after this log, we've got good wide open terrain, and he starts to move. You can hear me kind of telling him to like back off a little bit, back off, and then his ears start coming back to me, and we start making the turn, and we could have been a little straighter, but we did go on the angle of where we were heading. Now this is coming on an up bank. We've practiced on cross-country course several times and done these banks many times. He could do the bigger one with no problem whatsoever. We did the smaller one. That was part of the starter course. And coming up on this jump at the event, it was coming in the other way, and we're going to hit the water from a different angle. He was wary then. He's still a little wary. Something we're working on, and I mean, to his credit, the water did look pretty not great. So he was checking it out and making sure, and now we're going right back into a canter and hitting this big log. Not a lot of time, but I knew he could make it, and he would be good about it. And he did, and maybe too much so, because he started getting a little speedy on me right there. Coming by this jump, that log, pretty big one, and now we're going to hit what was called, when we did it, a butter jump. Stick a butter on a diagonal, sitting above ground. He'd never seen this type of jump before, and he goes through it super efficient. No problem at all. And now we're approaching the last third of the course and the cantering uphill.
Hey.
He excels at this. He's very fit. He could probably do this twice as much of this and twice as fast, and but that's not the point here. So
Easy.
he's doing a good job of listening to me and coming back to me so we could do this at a strong pace. Our final time was exactly where I wanted it. About it was 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Our range was 3 minutes and 80, and I think 5:05. I think
Easy.
was the range, and we came right in the middle. Wide turn, big log, and right here I blanked out a little bit and didn't remember where the other starter jump was, and then I found it with a little zigzag. And you can see the people in the right-hand side of the screen right there. They saw me, kind of froze, almost right in the path. I come around them near them about 3 or 4 feet, and we got through that little John into a water gate, and he didn't stop at all. So he did great. We cantered through, started a trot, cantered, then my camera flipped. The next 2 jumps he handled no problem. We finished. It was pretty exciting, and it was great to see the progress that we've made together. So I have high hopes for the next event, which is in 3 weeks, and we're just, doing better and better.
Good boy. So good.
We're hoping to have a good run in 3 weeks again.
What a good boy. What a good boy.